Hey there, Mr. Bell.
Sorry about the mix-up this morning.
No, I messed up this morning. You can't. YouTube's errors are not your fault.
Yeah, that I finally, you know what I did is I reset my RTMP key. Oh, nice hat, by the way.
Oh, you like that?
Hmm.
I know the guy.
Do you?
I
You
do.
think he'd give me one?
I doubt it. No. He's pretty picky about.
Is he?
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, maybe you can put in a good word for me.
That's right. I'll see what I can do.
All right. Drone Bum says, "Don't let it happen again, Rodney." What? I didn't do anything.
Well, that's all right. Don't let it happen again.
Okay, I won't. Hey, Manic Magic, good morning, Trevor. Good evening to you. Drone Psychic, Charlie, good morning. Wendell, good morning. Again, Pauline. Is Wendell sitting there next to you?
He's actually across the table from me, yes. I put tape over his mouth.
You put tape over his mouth?
He talks too much.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that, but hey, you're there.
Morning, Dennis, Rodney.
Wendellina.
I'm not going to stay long, but I wanted to share this, and I hope I don't lose my signal. But I wanted to share this scene with you here that I get to look at as I drink my coffee. So
I guess I can hide that banner.
Hope that's all right.
Oh man, look at that.
Yeah. I won't fall over. I'm being advised not to fall over. What we're going to do is flip this camera around. That'll be much easier. And, oops, that's not the button I wanted. That's the button I wanted. I'm new to this stuff. I've never done
this. Look at that grass.
Yeah, great grass, huh?
Oh, look at that. Is that a lake?
Kayaks. Yeah, that's a lake without my name on it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, you already got a lake in Virginia.
I know. I love the cloud reflection off of the water there.
That is cool.
Yeah. There's our sunrise. Actually, we saw the sun a few minutes ago, but the clouds are rolling in. So. Yeah.
Well, that's pretty nice. Good morning, Dean. How are you today? Charlie, Joan Psychic, good morning.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Johnny. Johnny, I didn't say hi to you yet. Hello.
Oh, hey, Dennis. Pretty place there. Pretty place.
It is a pretty place. Tell Wendell he needs to share it more. Hey, Peter Carroll. Hey. Good evening.
Good morning, Rodney, Dennis, and Johnny. How's everyone going?
Good afternoon, yeah.
Oh.
Rats with wings. Rats with wings, I'm told. Did you hear the rats with wings?
Do what?
Did you hear the rats with wings?
I heard him say it, yeah. But...
Oh, no, I mean the birds actually flew by.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't hear those.
They're not Wendell's favorite creature.
What kind of birds are they?
Geese.
Oh, geese.
Yeah.
Well, they're noisy. Well, Dennis, you've seen the geese we get down here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like an ocean of them.
What's that in the water? See it there? What's that in the water? There's something with his head. Oh, yeah.
I've heard of pigeons have been called rats with wings as well.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. Did he dive down? Maybe he'll come back up. Share this with you guys if it comes back up. Something was moving really fast along the water here.
So let me get to the chats here. Wendell wants to know if he's going to hell. I'm drinking coffee with Rodney and not drinking coffee. No, Charlie, you probably won't go to hell, but you are going to get punished.
Is Dennis going for a swim, is he?
Yeah.
It sure looks like it, doesn't it?
No, Dennis getting right in with the water there.
To the pier. Some guy on a boat there.
Yeah.
There's a nice little diving. Slide.
Slide. Looks like a slide, right?
It is a slide, yeah. And there's
Cool.
another one. There's another one that's out here somewhere. There's an island. It's called. Now I've forgotten the name of the island, but it's a stone island. It's right there. It doesn't look like an island, but it actually. No, that's the diving. I can't tell this small image, even though I'm about right here. There's an island, but I went kayaking out here.
Yeah, I saw some of the pictures. You were complaining, says you flew in Friday and your arms were tired, and then he made you go out kayaking, and I told you to quit your belly aching.
That's good synopsis summary. Yeah.
Tomas Ariels, good morning.
Vacation is work, Dennis.
It is. But my arms are still tired from the flight.
Oh, I imagine, flapping all the way from Georgia.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, hi to Thomas and everyone in chat.
Things we need to do. And I confuse things. I was thinking it was Sunday. That's the reason I said I'll fly between or after Rodney's done, because there's a hole there where Dennis Lovelade is supposed to be.
Well, when you said that, I thought that's what you were talking about.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
So but anyway, it's no biggie.
Yeah.
But anyway,
tomorrow is supposed to be cloudy, not rainy, but cloudy. So we'll see.
So what you and Wendell got planned for today?
This is a busy day today.
Yes. We're gonna drive to a winery, and then we're gonna go to Camden, and we might get to see a lighthouse today. So
cool.
Oh wow! Yeah, sounds like you're gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Actually, it sounds like you're gonna do a lot of driving.
it is. Everything's far. There's nothing close.
Hey, Wendell, you need to take him up to Bath, Maine.
That's too far. That's almost 3.5 hours from here. So
several times that I've been in Maine, that's where I've been.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about Bath, Maine. Yeah, Bath, Maine. We're gonna drive through Bath, Maine on our way up to where we're heading today. So.
Oh, cool, Dennis. When you drive through Bath, I think as you cross the bridge, if you look to your right, you should be able to see a DDG 1000 class destroyer, the Zumwalt class. Because Bath, Maine, Bath Ironworks is who's building those.
Wendell is confirming that that's exactly right.
We used to have a big crew up there for a while.
You want me to put you on camera? No, he doesn't want to be on camera. It's fine.
I'm too tired.
It'd probably break the camera.
No, I mean, I could just turn the iPad around. And there you go. Here he comes.
I'm just too lazy.
I hear you, brother. I hear it's awful early for you.
We had I've been to the facility there a couple times, so I'll point it out as we go across the bridge.
Cool. Yeah, I had to do some work up there several years ago, and I tell you what, there is no prettier place in the States than Bath, Maine. I think it is just absolutely gorgeous.
I tell you what, I've seen a lot of gorgeousness already. So
I had the. I guess I should get on camera when I say something. I had the chance to be part of a christening up there about 10 years ago. That was really cool. That was
fun. Cool. What ship?
It started with an M. It almost sounds like it was McAllister. I don't know if that was it, but I got the hat at home.
McCain, maybe?
Maybe. No, it wasn't McCain. It was bigger. It was a longer name than that. So.
Montseer?
It was when Albright was the Secretary of State. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's back in your Lockheed Martin days, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Brad Alston, good morning, buddy. Good to see you in here. Jackson RC, good morning. I need to do something here real quick.
Trying to figure. Oh, that's not too bad. The backlighting is.
Yeah.
I need to do something about the lighting in this place.
You're pretty close to Canada up there, aren't you, Dennis? Where you are?
Close to what?
Close to Canada, not too far away.
Close to Canada? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
it would be a long drive to Canada. We're kind of stuck out in the.
Yeah, off the side. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are down in the southern half of southern
Well,
part of Maryland.
We're
Right.
higher than southern Canada. That's for
Towers
sure.
McCampbell.
What it?
USS McCampbell.
USS McCampbell.
Oh, okay, okay. Arleigh Burke class.
Yes.
Awesome ships. So
Rodney knows his ships. But yeah, we would be in Canada if things had worked out differently. As far as I don't know. As far as latitude is concerned. So.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, Michael Blade. How are you?
Yeah, just to answer Mr. JRC's question, yeah, I did get a haircut, but that was a couple of weeks back now. I must agree, I do look nice. Yeah, I agree with him there.
I got a haircut. Nobody seemed to notice that I got a haircut.
No, we didn't. No.
Hey,
Me too.
Hey, Drone Psychic, Charlie, you have a good day, brother.
See you, Charlie.
Later, Charlie.
Drone Bum, did I welcome you to the chat? I don't remember if I did or not, but if I did,
Drone Bum not working.
you're welcome, and I won't let it happen again. Mela, good morning. So, but anyway, yeah, I'm stuck. I'm going to be stuck in the house today.
So Wendell wants to know why Drone Boom is not working.
Well, that's a good question because he usually works on Saturdays.
Yeah, it is a good question. We're wondering if he's slacking off, or practicing retirement, or what.
Yeah, Michael Blade, I did have lunch with the infamous Mark Fisher.
I saw that photograph.
He graced me with his presence there in Dahlgren, and we had lunch, and it was a good time. Even if it was a short hour and a half.
Did you have your boots on? Because I know they had a lot of stuff going around. You know, like I'm sure he was telling some stories there, Rodney. Huh? You had your boots.
Yeah, well, I held my arm up so my watch wouldn't get messed up. So. But yeah, it was really good to see Mark. He posted in Facebook the day Thursday. No, Wednesday. He posted in Facebook that he was in Waldorf, and I texted him back and I said, "Man, you're only about 45 minutes from me." So we made arrangements to meet up. And if I didn't have to work, we would have gone flying that morning, but unfortunately, I had to work. I'm not, like you retired people that can, just laze around all day.
Well, Rodney, we do appreciate you working so that our Social Security is being paid for. Thank you.
That's right. Thank you for that.
Well, you're welcome, and I'm glad you guys appreciate that.
We appreciate it every time we think about it.
Which is not very often, right?
As a matter of fact, Rodney, we'll take an extra nap this afternoon for you.
Good deal, man. Thank you. I appreciate that, Wendell.
Hi, Ray Kelly.
Hey, Ray Kelly. Good morning. Just make sure you wake up refreshed, so I'll feel refreshed.
That's a key part of it, isn't it?
So, anyway, so Johnny, are you battening down the hatches, brother?
Yeah, my son-in-law just left for Lowe's to go pick up some more gas cans, and we're gonna shore up the rest of the yard here in a little bit here, and just ride it out.
Oh man, well, we'll be praying for you. Do you say Ida's a category 4?
Yeah, it's going to hit about 140 miles an hour. So, and
Ooh.
right where we're at, it's going to go west of us a little bit, maybe about 40 miles, which is Baton Rouge. So, yeah, we'll get a pretty good lick.
Man.
When's that due to hit?
It'll be Sunday morning about 2 a.m. roughly.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. So you're
night,
probably not going to have drones and coffee then, huh?
Probably, I would say that more than likely I'll probably be out of power. I mean, I hope not, but
well, you got some generator. You got a generator at least, right?
I do have just a gas generator. Don't have a whole house, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Kind of get nervous a little bit about it, but hey, got to just ride it out now. We don't have the flooding thing to worry about. So, but when
yeah, but you're up in the northern part of Louisiana, right?
Not really. I'm just about 40 miles north of New Orleans. So.
Oh, okay. So you're down south.
Yeah, if you look at a map, if you look at the intersection of I-12 and I-55, I'm right. That's Hammond. So.
Oh, okay.
And if it rides up, basically it's going to go kind of up 12. Kind of like 55 up, kind of up on I-55, basically up north. So.
Gotcha.
Gracious.
We'll see. It's eerie though. It is because it's the same day as Katrina.
Yeah, you mentioned that in the chats on my sunrise stream that it was 16 years to the day.
It'll be 16 years.
Joan Bum says good luck, and Tomas says best wishes, Johnny. Hopefully there is as little damage as possible and everyone is as safe as they can be.
Yep. We'll ride it out. We'll be fine, I guess. I hope.
Yep. Ron Lockwood, good morning. Welcome to the chat. Brother, I sent you a link. If you can join us, please do. I know you're working this weekend, so you may not be able to.
Yeah, hi, Ron.
But anyway, Jackson RC says, Squad 51, good morning.
Hey, Ron.
I'm surprised Ron doesn't call Jackson RC 1 Adam 12. Because Emergency, the show that Squad 51 was part of, was a spinoff of Adam 12.
Johnny Gage.
Was it really?
It was, or maybe it was vice versa. I don't remember which, but I know the two shows were related.
Huh.
That was a popular show back then.
Before Emergency.
Yeah, it was a pretty good show. And the one guy that played in Adam 12, he was also on Route 66, the TV series Route 66.
Wow.
What was his name?
I know that was before my time, Rodney. I don't know.
I know you youngsters, man. You guys out there paddling around in kayaks and stuff. I don't see how you young people can do that. So, but yeah, I mean, they were good shows back in the day.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, not like what's on TV now, for sure.
Yeah, let's not go down that road. Doing good, Oriole photography. I hope your living situation. That goes for me too, Ron.
Yeah, me too. All of it.
Yep. Oh. But anyway, yeah, I was planning on going to an RC air show today, and Johnny, I mean not Johnny, but Jackson RC, Chris said he might come down, and unfortunately he wasn't able to this time, so now I'm going to be stuck in the house because my stepson is going to be taking my truck.
Uh-oh.
Oh, let's see here. Yep. Jackson RC Aviation, 1 Adam 12. I love that new name. So I guess Ron's going to refer to Chris as 1 Adam 12. Or Adam 12.
See the man. 1 Adam 12. See the man. Yeah. Cool.
But anyway, yeah. What you got planned for? Well, Peter, I guess you're going to be going to bed shortly, aren't you?
Within the next 3 or 4 hours or so, depending what I get up to.
I keep forgetting it's like dark 30 there.
Yeah, nights. Approaching 9:30 p.m. now.
Oh, now, wow.
Yeah.
Rodney, I was on base Thursday. Came to see you. You weren't there. Of course, I wasn't there. I was off visiting Mark Fisher. But Maylee, you got to give me a heads up, girl.
Maylee, Rodney heard you were coming.
Thanks, Dennis.
Rodney, was Mark working up that way? Is that what he was doing?
Yeah, he was doing a video shoot for a company in Waldorf.
Yeah, I remember him saying something about that.
Yeah, and he started off in Pittsburgh doing some shoots there for the same company, and then they moved to Waldorf. So,
see you, Mr. Baum. Say hi to Mrs. Baum.
Have a good day, Mr. Baum. Tell Don I said hi. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, bye, Mr. Bum.
Mr. Baum.
Mr. Baum.
Dennis, you know Rodney too well.
Well, I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to say anything about it.
Yeah, well, too late now.
Your message to all the rest of us saying, I heard Mayla's coming. I got to find something else to do.
You must not have got it in time.
I guess not.
No, anyway. But well, the sun finally got up above the clouds. I should have taken another battery out there. You know what, Dennis?
What?
One of my batteries here, the battery that actually came with my P4P, this guy right here, I've noticed he's beginning to swell a bit.
Ooh, that's not good.
And I'm not quite sure what to do about it other than not use it. Because when I put it in, the last time I put it in, it was really hard to get out. I got it out, but I understand it's not safe to use these if they're swelling.
Well, the reason is that swelling is a sign that it's starting to age or something inside has begun to deteriorate.
Got it. Well,
how many charges does it have, Rodney?
I don't know. I haven't looked lately.
Okay.
The Go app will tell you, but unfortunately you have to have the battery in for it to tell you. So
right.
Yeah, that's true.
I do know that it's the original battery. So
wow.
I bought the P4P in 2017.
Yeah.
So it's it's a few years old.
You probably got your $200 worth of use out of it. I would take it to Batteries and Bulbs Plus or one of those places and say, please dispose of this for me.
I'll probably do that.
Yeah, Best Buy does it too, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Blade says that Best Buy will dispose of it too, and that's good because I haven't been to Best Buy in a while.
Oh Lord.
Uh-oh. If you haven't been there in a while, I recommend you don't go.
Yeah. You come out with a box.
Gotta go.
Bring something in and take something out.
Yeah,
Bring in a small box and come out with a bigger box.
I strongly recommend that you don't go to Best Buy, Rodney. I can't say why, but I just,
Yeah, an Insta360 maybe? Is that why you can't say? That's why you can't say why?
That could be, yeah.
I guess I ought to take that banner off, huh? So
Glad we don't have Best Buy here then.
Come to think of it, I took batteries to Batteries Plus Bulbs one time recently, and they said they'll dispose of it for $5. So
Oh, really?
maybe Best Buy is the better option.
Or will they do it for free?
I don't know.
Or will they make me buy an 8K television set, 102-inch diagonal?
They may not make you buy that, but they may dispose the battery for free if you do.
Man, I hate it that this battery is dying.
I understand that. I hate to see any $200 items start to die.
I'll have to get on Best Buy today and look, or not Best Buy, but DJI, and see if they still sell batteries. I looked on Amazon the other day, and there's a lot of aftermarket batteries for the P4P, but I've heard too many people say don't buy these. So I don't know. It may be I won't have a choice.
I think Captain Ray has a battery, not a original battery, that he bought. I'm almost positive for his 4.
Oh, does Ray have a P4P?
No, I think it's just a Phantom 4, I guess. I don't think it's.
Oh, okay. Probably the original.
But he has the aftermarket, battery. I know because I remember him talking about it now.
Well, maybe isn't he in the chat? Yeah, Ray Kelly. Ray, do you have an aftermarket battery for your P4? Because if it's working for him, then he's got the P4A. He says. So
is that a different battery? Is it?
That's what I was just wondering. That's typical DJI. If they change the camera, they also change the battery, so that you have to buy.
Yeah, think if it was basically the same body, it'd have the same battery. You would think.
Yeah. Hey, Tomas Arios, you have a good day, brother. Thank you for being in the chat.
Yeah, bye, Thomas.
See you, Tomas.
So, yeah. And I was telling everybody, Dennis, on my sunrise stream that I'm taking my wife's VHS home movies.
Yeah.
Putting them on DVD, and we got to talking, and Charlie and I think Michael. No, it was Charlie, Drone Psyche, and maybe it was Michael Blade was telling me that you can upgrade the video to 4K, which would be cool. Ray says, yeah, he bought a battery on Amazon, but it has cracked a little
near the button.
Cracked a little button. So, anyway, I'll look into it. It's not critical that I get another battery. It's not like I'm using the drone to conduct business with or anything. I'd like to one of these days, maybe, but. Of course, you got to get Part 107 to do that, right?
Yeah.
And you can't get Part 107 unless you study and take the test, which I haven't done either. So,
yeah, that's a shame. They ought to just hand those out like candy.
I agree. Just hey, little boy, you want some candy?
That's what they do with real estate licenses. They just hand them out like candy now.
Hey, Mr. Crowley. Good morning, Sean. Welcome to the chat, brother.
So I'm looking at Best Buy's site where it says products we recycle for free. It lists TV and video, computers and tablets, cell phones and radios, appliances, ink and toner, audio, home. Now, that's interesting. They'll recycle your home for you for free. Music and movies, video games and gadgets, cameras and camcorders, car audio, video, and GPS. They don't mention batteries.
Who was that? Best Buy?
That was Best Buy.
Oh, okay.
But
There
probably,
you go, Rodney. Ron's got a good suggestion there for your battery.
Yeah, and I flashed it up there on the screen, and
Okay.
that is certainly a consideration. But we didn't hear that from Ron.
you need to coat it with tannerite first.
Oh yeah. Pack the tannerite around it, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Just wrap it with duct tape. Duct tape, the glue that holds the world together.
Yeah, or put it into a bucket and just dump the tannerite into the bucket.
That'll work.
You know, a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah.
And then I'll put my drone up above it, so
Good
when it
idea.
explodes, we'll catch it.
How high above it? You can't go over 400 feet.
Yeah,
Well, probably about 10 feet above it.
yeah, that'd be a good place for her.
Yeah.
You won't have to worry about batteries anymore.
Oh,
if you
that
do
is
that's what I
true.
was going to say. If you do that, you won't have to buy another battery.
Yeah, you'll have a battery but no drone.
So,
We got it all solved.
yep. Battery problem resolved. So,
Well, guys, I'm gonna hop off. I see my son-in-law's up, and we're gonna get us a start. We got 3 houses to go take care of, and we're gonna get all this work done and see what's gonna happen here.
all
Rodney,
right.
I'm gonna leave you in Peter's capable hands. So-
Okay. Well, you guys take care.
All righty, guys.
You too. Bye bye.
Good luck, Johnny, on your hurricane surfing,
Yeah.
and Dennis, you and Wendell have an awesome day.
We will.
Take lots of video.
Have fun. Be safe out there.
Yes.
See ya. Bye bye.
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 Joan Life RC. Good morning, Chris. So I am going to put the link into the chat. If anybody cares to join, please feel free to do so. Otherwise, I may just go ahead and end this and let Peter go to get some sleep.
So how's the new laptop going? Getting the hang of that now?
I am loving it.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
never thought I would say that about a Mac computer. But I am loving it, man. And I'm loving DaVinci too.
Okay.
I've learned quite a bit. The last couple of sunrise trailers I put up were all done in DaVinci. And so I'm about ready to kill Premiere Pro.
Okay. That's good.
So Ron says he's going to join us shortly. That's good.
Okay.
And so maybe we can get Ray Kelly on here. Of course, he needs to put on pants before he comes on. And
Well, I haven't got any on, so why should Ray?
oh, I didn't need to know that, Peter. Just don't stand up, okay, brother?
Okay.
So, but anyway, yeah, it's going to be a fun day.
Yeah, I was watching a guy video this week. He was trying to edit on one of those MacBooks, the M1 chip. He was trying to edit some 8K 60 frames per second video and it was struggling with that.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, I imagine it would. I mean, it does seems to do 4K pretty well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 4K is no problems. Yeah.
I think any computer is going to have a problem with 8K because
Yeah.
you need a supercomputer. Ron
Yeah,
says
sure.
violence is not the answer, Rodney Bell. And Michael Blade says, nice, Rodney. I'm thinking about the M1 MacBook. So you do recommend it. If you want, yes, I do. To be honest with you, I like it. It's there's a learning curve to it because you're going from Windows to a Mac iOS.
Yeah.
So I keep wanting to go to the right corner to close Windows when actually you have to go to the left corner to close Windows. So there is a bit of a learning curve, Michael, but yes, I do recommend it. And as far as editing up to 4K, it does a great job. The only downside to it, and I really I guess I just kind of didn't think about it in the beginning, but it's only a 13.5-inch screen. And I realized that that was kind of hard for me to see. But when I'm at home, I have an extra monitor that I'm using, so I can use it. And in the screen, though, I can see it. If I'm traveling and I'm doing some editing, it'll still work. So, but hey, Chris, no problem, buddy. I know. I understand, bud. It would have been nice to see you and your son again, but hey, I understand. So, no worries there, brother. And Michael, I agree with you because of the DaVinci Resolve and stuff, but I've also, with me using DaVinci on the Mac, it is easier for me to use on the Windows machine too. And that's what's good about DaVinci, because it works on both platforms. And man, I think it's great, the MacBook. Oh, Mr. Crowley's going to be flying. He's looking forward to flying my Mavic and FPV at the ocean. Well, that's good. Just don't land in it. Don't do a drone bum.
Nah.
Since Paul ain't here to defend himself. So Ray Kelly said he just bought an iPad Pro with the M1 chip, and it's great. Yeah. So and I considered doing that too. But then I actually Johnny Drone Flyer, he suggested I look at the MacBook Pro, and I kind of like that idea. So
yeah, you can't use DaVinci on the iPad. That doesn't work.
I don't know if you could. I would imagine you could. Did someone say you can't?
No, there's no app for it for the iPad. It only runs on the Mac desk operating system. What do they call it again?
iOS. Well, I would imagine that. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to say, but I know I can use it on my MacBook.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
And then someone was telling me, in fact, it was Mark Fisher was telling me that I ought to go Final Cut Pro.
Yeah.
And he says, that's a one-time fee. It's a professional editing software.
Yeah.
And he works with it all the time. He says it's great. And he said he started out using iMovies, and because they're similar in operation.
Right.
And I thought, well, maybe that may be the way to go too. But the more I work with DaVinci, the more I get to liking it.
Yeah. I think it's just a matter of picking one and getting to know how to use it properly.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because that Final Cut Pro here in Australia is about $500.
Wow. Yeah. The last time I looked, it was I think it was $299 here.
Yeah.
So.
Whereas what DaVinci's free, isn't it? What they call the basic version, but it still does heaps.
Oh, the basic version is I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what the paid version is like. Mr. Crowley uses Power Director 18. And I've had Power Director, and it's pretty good too. But I was more comfortable with Premiere, whether it was Premiere Elements or Premiere Pro. I was more comfortable with it because that's what me and my ex-wife used to do wedding videography with.
Oh, right.
They edited wedding videos. So I was familiar with it, and that's why I went with it. And then I tried DaVinci, and I'm like, oh man, this stuff is too difficult. And I think what happened was, instead of just trying to learn the basics first, I was going into far more advanced operations and stuff. So, but now that I've got back to Da Vinci, it's getting a lot easier. So.
Yeah, because I was watching a video that Matt put up this week on how to do some, do a few of the basic tasks, and the screen that comes up there is pretty intimidating when you first look at it.
Yeah,
all those little color wheels and graphs and things all over the joint.
Yeah, I need to go look at some of his videos. I know he's been putting some tutorial videos up there.
Yeah.
So I definitely need to go look at some of them. And Mr. Lockwood.
There he is. Hi, Ron.
Good morning, buddy.
How you doing? I tell you what, the one thing about this time of year, the Saturday morning coffee with Rodney and friends is almost turning into the Friday night. I got to get up pretty early to catch you guys.
Oh yeah, summertime's rougher for Saturday morning coffee with Rodney and friends. It is, and even for the sunrise streams too.
Yeah, we didn't get back. I didn't get to bed last night till midnight. We had a killer of a day yesterday. Oh, gosh.
Yeah. Squad 51 says, or Jackson says, Adam 12 says, Squad 51.
I love that, dude. I'm going to use that. That's awesome.
If I can remember it, I'm an A1 Adam 12.
I remember that. I love it. I always call him Officer Jackson, but new name is 1 Adam 12.
Well, hey guys, I need a cup of coffee, so I'm going to leave you and Peter to you know.
Well, Peter doesn't get up and start walking around if he hasn't got pants on.
I know. Don't let him do it, Ron. No matter how much he wants to, don't let him do it. Mela said it was too much.
Yeah, it was a bit, yeah.
Yeah, TMI.
Yeah.
So, Peter, how you been, man?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Had some good weather, nice sunny day today.
Yeah.
Because spring starts here next week, so we've got a few days up in up towards the mid-20s Celsius, so starting to warm up again.
Yeah, I noticed Matt. You know, when you see him now, like he's wearing like flannel shirts, and it's like that must be your winter time over there.
Yeah. It's a lot colder where I am than where he is.
Yeah.
In the winter. Yeah.
All my drones and cameras are all packed up, man. I'm going through withdrawal right now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we had a busy day here yesterday. It just amazes me how, or disappoints me how people just don't take care of themselves. Oh my gosh. The last guy we had, he apparently doing meth and drinking most of his life, and they found him in a ditch yesterday morning. Had been there laying there for about 3 days.
Wow.
Just, yeah, partying, yeah. And they want us to take care of them and fix them and put them all back together as good as new so they can go out and do it again.
Yeah. Not worth it. It catches up in you in the long run.
It eventually does. Yeah. One of these days, Peter, I want to make it over there. This COVID stuff ever stops. I've been threatening to come over and terrorize you, Matt, Ari, Tim Jackson. Oh man!
Yeah, it's starting to take off again now. The old COVID over here.
Yeah, is it picking up over there?
Particularly in two of the states, New South Wales and where I'm in Victoria. Mainly New South Wales, they're getting up around 1,000 new cases a day there.
Really?
We're only around about 60 to 70 per day.
Wow.
And the rest of the country is pretty free of it at this stage, but it's the way this thing spreads, it's bound to get over. It's bound to find its way into the other states. Yeah.
Problem we actually noticed. I mean, actually, all the patients we had yesterday did not have COVID, but the one patient we transported out of a little tiny community in central Montana. They said they called as far as Colorado could not find a hospital that would accept. Everybody's full. All the hospitals are full. So I honestly think we're actually going to get to a point where we're not going to be busy because they can't ship people out.
Yeah.
You know.
I know I'm
I know,
coming in at the middle of the conversation, but you must be talking about COVID cases.
Yeah, all the hospitals are full, and I, here in North Dakota they have the tiny little rural hospitals, and everything they have that they ship out somewhere. But the one nurse told me yesterday that said we called for 4 hours. She said we went as far as southern Colorado looking for a place to transfer this guy from North Dakota. Yeah.
Bill Ronayne, good morning.
I had my second vaccination last week.
Did you?
So,
How'd that go?
Good. I didn't have any reactions at all to either the first one or the second. I had that AstraZeneca one, the European one.
That one apparently just got approved by the FDA.
Okay. It's got a bit of a side effect of a very rare occurrence of blood clots at times, apparently. But
yeah,
I thought that was the Johnson one.
I think they all have their different side effects.
Yeah.
But, fortunately, no, I was fine with both of them, both doses.
Rodney, your kitty reminds me of the other day. I stopped over at Ralph's, where I guide. That darn cat has a hell of a memory. There's times I don't go over there for weeks or sometimes a month or two. She knows me. She knows my truck.
Yeah.
The other day to visit for just 5-10 minutes, and I come out and there she is sitting beside my truck waiting for me. As soon as she saw me, she started running at me.
Oh, cool.
Pick her up and I play and pet with her for a little bit. And, yeah.
So how's the house hunting going?
I've got a place. Well, I haven't got it. I put the bid in. They accepted. It's all coming down to the appraisal now.
Okay.
If it doesn't appraise for close to what I offered, then I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'll have to go to plan B.
Yeah.
And right now I don't have a plan B. So,
Well, probably a good idea to form one then.
it might be.
So I saw your comment on Facebook the other day. And it never even occurred to me about that. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So everybody else knows. I had, and most everybody already knows, I had lunch with Mark Fisher, but I had gotten a veggie burger. I want to emphasize veggie burger.
I'm teasing. I was teasing.
I know you were teasing, and it really wasn't a veggie burger. But I took Mark took a picture of me and him, and Ron's comment was, "Yeah, I'm so glad the pressure is off me now."
Yeah, I'm off the hook.
Yeah, he's off the hook because when a year ago, February, when I had my bypass surgery, I blamed Ron for it because he made me eat 4 of Harry's famous hot dogs. And so I've been blaming him all this time for that. Now he says it's Mark Fisher's turn.
I'll tell you what, we had a pile of hot dogs on that table that night.
Oh, didn't we, man?
You bought so many, and they gave you so many free. Remember?
Well, yeah, I think you buy one or you buy 3 and you got 1 free.
Yeah,
and that's why we all had 4.
Yeah, and then some.
Didn't you even go and buy a couple of more?
I think so.
Yet I'm the one that ends up in the hospital.
I know. What's wrong with that picture?
You could have ordered 3 and got a free one, and then split it up between 2 of you. Then you only get 2 each.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Lost Girl Hikes. Good morning, Angie. I think,
Yeah.
you know what? If you had, sorry for interrupting, Ron, but if you had a birthday this week, happy birthday to you. And I want to try and come up with something there, like fireworks going off and stuff. So, but anyway, I'm gonna let that run for a while. I know
I've got one. I've got a birthday the week after next. I think it is. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know Chris Hope had a birthday.
Yeah, he had one the other day.
And
there was a lot of birthdays in August.
There was, and I had planned to write down all the birthdays that shows up on my Facebook because a lot of them are drone flying friends, and I was going to wish them a happy birthday here on Saturday morning coffee, but I forgot to do that.
How's my audio, Rodney?
Huh?
How is my audio?
It's good. It sounds great.
On the iPad, I go into those settings and I uncheck that. And if you ever use your MacBook for joining a live stream, uncheck the automatic volume adjustment. Because when I bought that little external mic, with the earbuds and everything, everybody said that every time that little microphone brushed my shirt or something, they could hear all kinds of noise. And so that was a waste of $25. So.
Oh, wow. Hey, I want to say good morning to Rod Piker Drones.
Yeah, so Rodney, I'm hoping by towards the end of September that I won't be homeless anymore. The only thing I'm still at my place. The only thing in there, though, what had happened was my place is sold. My owner is harassing me to get out. I kind of lost my temper the other day and kind of snapped on him. Told him I have 30 days, and I won't repeat the rest of what I said, but.
I can only imagine.
But what I did was I packed everything up. I've got commitments here at work. I got commitments over in Wyoming with my boss over there. And so I bribed my supervisor with halibut and elk steaks. And he came in like a day and a half early for me. I was able to go home beginning of last week. Was it last week? I've lost track. Anyhow, I went almost 5 to 6 days straight from about 5 in the morning till probably about 10, 11 o'clock at night. And all I did was pack. And I've got 90% of my stuff, about 80% of my stuff in the garage. 10% of it is over to my friend's house. And then I got a couch, a TV, a desk, and some clothes. That's it. That's all I got left in the house.
Wow. Yeah, that's a shame that you're having to move.
Yeah, it might be for the good,
Maybe. Well, now that if you get this house or you buy your own house, at least you'll be able to do with it what you want to.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to, whatever you want to do. I won't live in a place that's part of an HOA. This place being an exception, because the HOA here, the only thing they're concerned about is that we maintain our gravel roads. So when they, it's the fees, membership fees is like $125 a year, which isn't bad, and they maintain the roads. So they don't tell you how to, they don't tell you can't have a flagpole in your yard, or you can't fly your drones, or you can't have guns, or you can't do this and you can't do that. If I pay over $200,000-$300,000 for a house, I'm going to do with it what I want to do, regardless of what anybody else says. It's my money, and the argument is, well, they actually own the property. Well, then I won't buy there.
Yeah.
For one thing. But
I got to tell you a funny moving story, Rodney. Oh my God, this is hilarious. My friend was supposed to come over. I forget what day it was. He's my friend that, you know, had COVID and is on oxygen and disabled and that. But he agreed. I thought he agreed that he was going to come over to my house because I need your truck. His truck has a cap on it. He has an F-250. I had my truck and my friend's car. The plan was for everybody to meet at my house, at least so I thought, and load everything up and take everything over to Wyoming to my friend's house. Well, so anyhow, somehow he got mixed up in the communication and thought I was meeting him at his house at 4:00. I called him at 10 after and said, "Where are you?" And he said, "I was about to call you." And he goes, "I thought you were going to be here at 4." And I'm like, "Oh no." So anyhow, what we ended up doing was my buddy, one car, he brought that. And what I did, I took my guns, my cameras, all my deer mounts, Elvis, Victor, Matthew. What else did we take? My four-wheeler. And I had the four-wheeler on the trailer. So I told my friend, I said, "Listen, just meet us in Sundance. Sundance, Wyoming is just across the line and is on the way to his house." So I said, "Meet us there." I said at the Harley Davidson dealer, because I had taken my motorcycle over there the other day. The plan was to take my motorcycle to keep at my friend's house. I stopped at the Harley dealer to get the service done on it for the season. And when I called them, they said, "Well, we're going to be closed here shortly." And the lady said, "If you're comfortable with this," she goes, "we can park your bike out back, lock it up, and we'll hide the key. And then we'll tell you where the key's at." I said, "Okay." So the plan, I called Dawn and I said, "Dawn, just meet us at the Harley dealer. We will leave Ryan's car there. We'll unload my stuff out of his car into your truck. And then we'll just go up to your house, unload everything. I'll bring Ryan back to the Harley dealer and pick up his car." So we pull up to the Harley dealer. I get my motorcycle from out back. We pull it out front. I've got my truck backed in towards the front of the store. And then Don comes, he comes about 5 minutes later. He backs into it. So both of our trucks are facing the store. The back end of our trucks are facing towards the store, right at the surveillance cameras. And all of a sudden, here we are unloading 25 guns out of Ryan's car into the back of Ryan. I called the Harley dealer the next day, and apparently their surveillance, even though it runs all night, but it gives them alerts when there's movement, you know, or any kind of disturbance. And they said, whoever it was, their security or whoever, started looking at this footage, and they see these guys walking around with all these rifles, wondering what the hell was going on. They said, "Yeah, it was a bit concerning. We see these trucks parked in front of the store. It's closed. And then we see all these rifles come out the back of a car."
Oh man, you're lucky. Luckily, they don't have an alarm system to the police. That would have been even crazier. Yeah. Hey, everybody! I want to say good morning to AZ Drone Dude. Also, Rod Piker has posted a link to a video he just put up. It has, I believe he said, a World War II plane that's got a history behind it. And if you've ever watched Rod's videos, he gives a history of whatever he's filming, and it's really cool. They're really fun to watch. And who invited this scum in?
Scum.
Yo, Matt, how you doing, brother?
I'm going all right, mate. And who invited me? You did. So it's your.
Oh, that's right, I did, didn't I? So it's my fault.
It is your fault, mate.
All right, guys.
I can't stay long because I'm still working. So
Yeah, when did you start working at night?
no, I started at midday. I always start at midday, and I'll go right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll always go through to midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, then get up and do it all again. So yeah,
The damper on your social life.
well, it's okay because I only do like the weekends and stuff, So I'll go flat knackers for those few days, and then I'll get the days off during the week where I can go fly.
Ah, so it works out good for you then.
Yeah, it's all right, mate. Yeah, I make enough over the weekends and stuff, so it's all penalty time and all that. So
Cool. Hey, I want to say good morning to Nacho Rolling. Dennis, good morning. And let's see. Did I call out AZ's own dude? Good morning.
Good.
So, and so Matt, I got some news for you, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I have started doing Da Vinci.
I know someone who's done a tutorial on beginning of Da Vinci, if you want to check that out.
I know, and I have checked that out.
Have you?
Yeah, I just didn't say anything because it was crap.
Yeah. You're the one that gave the thumbs down, correct?
No, I'm kidding, brother. How many of those do you have up now?
I've got 3 up now. I'll be doing a few more in the next couple of weeks. They're just really look. You know what? You really got to be in the mood to do it. And because it's time consuming and having to think about what you're doing and because when you're doing it, you're not really thinking about telling someone to do it. You're just doing it.
Right.
And when you think about, well, how do I tell someone how to do it? But in saying that, you want to tell someone how to do it because there's a lot of tutorials out there, just rush around and zip around and do this and do this, and they don't actually tell you why and what's happening and where to go. You just go quickly to rewind and have another look.
You're so right about that. I've watched a lot of tutorials on Da Vinci, and they don't always answer my questions. And then so I mean they get me going in the right direction, I think, but in the end, it's me that has to go find the answer to my questions. I'm hoping that guy Northeast drone guy from Australia, I'm hoping his tutorials will be better.
Yeah, he's an idiot, mate. Don't listen to him.
Just do what Jim does and just read the 3,000-page manual.
I was just going to say.
And never make
I've tried that. Believe me, I'm an old sailor, and I had to go through reading tech manuals and stuff. And if you ever want to go to sleep, if you're having sleeping problems, all you got to do is read a tech manual.
Wouldn't doubt that, brother.
You read a technical manual, and you'll be asleep so fast you won't even know you're asleep.
Yeah. Yeah. I hate reading. I really do. I haven't looked at the Da Vinci manual. I hate it. I'd rather watch someone. That's how I like to learn.
Yeah.
It's not as boring. Reading's I can't do it. I've never read a novel in my life. I just can't sit down, get all fidgety and couldn't be bothered. And then I read a page or a chapter, and I'm going, what the hell was that all about? And that's the whole point.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll stick to that. Stick to videos, mate. Videos. That's what YouTube's about. Videos, not reading paperwork.
Well, I am pretty good about reading books. I can sit down and read a book if it's even if it's a history book or a fiction or something like that, an autobiography or something. I can read those and pretty much get through them. But when it comes to technical stuff like the Da Vinci manual or the Navy tech manuals that I had to deal with, those things just put me to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I would wait for the books you read to come out on DVD. I wouldn't even attempt it.
Well, actually, I'm using Kindle now, so.
Kindle.
Like
What's
said, what Peter said? Refer to Jim. Jim starts reading; it keeps him up all night. He sits up all night.
It does. It does. I've called him, well, he's called me and whatever. It's been like 6 o'clock in the morning, and his eyes are hanging out of his head, and he's like this. Oh my God, get some sleep, mate.
I've got another 10 pages to read.
Yes, I've got to get through chapter 20,000.
Chapter 20,000.
Oh, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. It's just too
Is there really a 3,000-page manual for that?
Hey?
The Da Vinci, is there really a 3,000-page manual?
Yeah, it's a 3,000-page manual to explain the rest of the 20,000 pages. It's just never ending, mate. And they update it like they update, the software. There's more updates to that. Oh no.
Mela says Cliff Notes version, please.
Yeah, dot points. Thanks. Dot point. Yeah. Turn Da Vinci on, color grade, render, put it on YouTube. That's that's it.
That's something that I want to find out more about too, is color grading. So have you done a tutorial on that?
No, I haven't, because what I wanted to base it on was people, because people are worried about starting with Da Vinci, because all the tutorials they see, and as I talked about this earlier, they talk about all the nodes and all this sort of shit. It just gets way too confusing for people, and they don't even look at it. Because they think that that's what Da Vinci is. You have to use all that. Well, you don't, And my last little color one that I did was extremely simple, and just a massive difference in the footage just by a couple little moves, And that's what I'm trying to do, is just keep it nice and basic, so it's very easy to understand.
Yeah.
And from there, you can start to move gradually forward, instead of looking at a video where they're already 3/4 of the way. They already know what they're doing, and they presume you know what you're doing. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. Like I said, I've watched some tutorials out there on YouTube, and I think my problem in the very beginning when I tried to do Da Vinci the first time was that I was getting into stuff that was really too complicated for me at the time.
Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah.
And that's why I quit using it, is because, look, this stuff is too difficult. It's like you said, Matt. You get in there and you think, well, this is how you have to do, but it's not. And since I bought this MacBook Pro and with the M1 chip in it, it has been so easy to start learning. I pretty much got basics down. There's still a lot to learn, no doubt. But I'm learning. I've figured out how to go in and manipulate text and to change, how a text looks and stuff like that. Stuff that I used to be able to do real easily on Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, you'll find it easy. You'll find it easy once you realise, oh, that's what that does, and it's fine. Actually, you might find a benefit in the video that I just put out, where it was the introduction to the colour section, right? So that, because you're dealing with 8-bit, and you're not dealing with log files and all that, and that's exactly what I did on this video, was an already coloured, and all it was contrasting and just adding a little bit to it, just to make it look a bit better. So you might find that beneficial. Who knows?
Yeah, I'll have to go look at it.
Yeah.
Jack Sparky Frying, good morning.
Jack, another spark fly. Woo! He's got a mini now, though, I guess.
TJ Drones and more. Welcome to the chat. So Rod Piker put up a video, and Rod, if you're still in the chat, do you mind if I share that with us? Share that with everybody.
Shit.
I'll let him.
I've got to nick off, fellas. I've got a bit to do here. So great seeing you. Hello, everyone in the chat. I can't see the chat, so good day to everybody there. Have yourself a great day.
You too, Matt. Thanks for popping in, brother. It's good to see you, man.
No worries. Yeah, always good to catch up with you.
Yeah,
all right.
And you're really not scum.
Yes, I am.
Peter may beg to differ, but you know.
Oh yeah,
All
well,
right.
well, Peter differs just because.
That's right.
Well, Peter's met me and he can attest to that. So yeah, there you go.
Yep. Must agree with that, yes.
Yeah, there you go. You probably stick up for me, Peter. But anyway, we'll get there.
No way.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Matt.
All right.
Have a good one, brother. Be safe.
All right.
Hey, brother.
See you.
See ya.
Yeah, I love that guy. He's such a good guy.
I hope I get over there or he gets over here.
Yeah, Hugh, good morning. Asgard Studios in the house.
Yeah, hi there, Hugh.
So, anyway, that link Rod Piker put in the chat, be sure to go visit it. Like I was saying earlier, he puts some history into his description, and which is pretty interesting. A lot of times the description is almost as interesting as the actual video. So he does a good job.
Yeah, got some fantastic scenery over there in Ireland too.
Oh man, Ireland is such a beautiful country. So I'm gonna repost his link. That's a link to his video. Wreckage of a oh man, that's about a F4U Corsair. Cool. I haven't heard from him yet, so I'm not willing to share it unless he says it's okay. So, but anyway, folks, go check out his link. The Vought F4U was my favorite World War II fighter plane.
Okay.
I just love that design. In fact, my first gas-powered plane, like we were on the string, was a F4U. Pretty cool.
It's funny you mentioned about gas powered. Matt was, he grabs every opportunity he can to tease Adrian. Adrian made that video. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm getting this RC car out, gas powered RC car," and it hasn't been used in a year and a half, and he takes it out. He's got his daughter filming him, and all of a sudden he's like, "Hey baby, make sure you keep the camera on me." So this thing fires up right away, but it lasts about 3 seconds. Like, it ran out of gas. He forgot to put gas in it. That's the end of the video.
I was waiting for that to fire up and then sort of head across the park or wherever he was, and just nothing happened. It just died.
Squad 51, I put up a couple of vids using the Mavic Mini first time.
I've been thinking about getting one of them. Just that, kind of like right now, I'm like droneless. Everything's packed away, and I ought to get something small like that. I can keep in a little pack. It's not an expensive drone. I'll just keep in the truck,
Well, I tell you what, I don't think you could go wrong with that, Ron, because it takes just as good of a video as any of the other DJI drones.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people that just love it. So I don't think you could go wrong by getting one just, to keep in your truck and have for those, spur of the moment times.
Yeah. And like none of my cameras, I don't have a camera under $1,500-$1,600. I'm not going to keep them in the truck.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Brad Austin says get the Mini SE.
Is that the new one that's out?
Yeah. And I'm not sure what the difference is. I don't know if the camera's better or what the deal is. Brad, can you explain that?
And I'm trying to remember, are they all Wi-Fi? $300. Ooh, okay.
That's not a bad price.
No.
But that's the Mini SE too. So
yeah. Are they? I can't remember if they're Wi-Fi or.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The only Wi-Fi drone I ever had was the Spark, and I kind of regret selling that little thing. You know, Matt's still in love with his. You know,
I still have mine. I haven't
Do you?
flown it. I haven't flown it in about 6-7 months, and I thought about selling it, but everybody's no, keep it. So, and Lost Girl Hike says I'm trying to behave on my birthday and not click on the purchase button in the
That's
best
a hard habit
cart.
to break.
It's in there, but not purchased yet. Haha.
Yeah, you remember as soon as you hit that button, then like an hour, like, oh, what did I just do? You know? Oh well.
Okay, so Brad says that the camera is 2.7K.
It's the biggest.
And that's the biggest difference in that it's Wi-Fi. So I don't know if that would be a difference for you. I mean, I think it would be to me, but I try to do live streams with mine too. So
yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, any more guys, you know, when you put stuff on YouTube, it's so hard to tell the difference, you know, because YouTube downgrades all your stuff anyhow, compresses it. And, you know, sometimes I like my last video, the one I did on that trip to the Northwest, there was a mixture of drone, 360, that studio camera I have, and my other Sony. And it's really, on YouTube, it's really hard to tell the big differences. You really got to look and try and see. But no, 2.7K would be fine.
Yeah.
But there's just times, you know, that I'm driving along and it's like, oh, I wish I had a drone. You know, I get nervous sometimes. Our building is locked at work, you know, our hangar, but it's not 100% unsecurable, you know, or secured. There's sometimes we're gone 6-8 hours and I come back and, you know, when I bring my drone equipment to work, I keep it in my room. My room is not locked, but the building's locked. But sometimes I just worry, like I come back and like, oh, I hope everything's there. But nobody really bothers us.
Yeah. Brad's saying that you should get the Mini 2, by the way.
The Mini 2.
Yeah.
No, it has 4K, correct?
I believe so. So I want to say good morning to Jake's Drone Life. Good morning. Welcome to the chats.
Starting to get light out. I swear to God, this time of year and as winter comes, it's like, yep, Friday night coffee with Rodney and friends.
Sorry you lost your drone footage there, Angie. Brad says yes, the Mini has 4K.
Okay. How did she lose her footage?
I'm not sure. Angie?
YouTube's quality could have saved me for one. I wish I'd uploaded it a while ago. I've been hearing a lot of people having SD card problems lately.
Really? Well, you know, if you're doing 4K, I do know that you need a U3 SD card. I did not know that. And I forget where I heard it. Oh, speaking of which, I got something I wanted to do on this show today. I did not know that, and I forget, and maybe it was Ken Herron that mentioned it, or someone, maybe it was you, Ron. I forget which, but anyway, so now when I go to buy an SD card, I try to buy U3s. She said she had 3 years of footage on a separate hard drive. I guess it got fried. Yeah, that's sad.
My one buddy back in PA, as a matter of fact, I called him about this very issue. my friend Kelly, who got engaged here a month, 6 weeks ago, and it was all kind of cool. It was all secretly done. He and I are the only two who knew about it. Nobody else knew.
Are you talking about Kelly and Jay?
No.
The other. Yeah. I remember you told me about this. Yeah.
And he was on the other side of the lake, and thank God I had the drone up filming. I had the video camera zoomed in and filmed him, because he took his GoPro and he walked around the other side of the lake with his girlfriend, and he's videoing the whole thing. He set his GoPro up on a little tripod and he filmed the whole thing, of him proposing to her and everything. And then when it came, and he's looking at it on his camera and it's playing, but we tried 3 different computers. Can't get an ounce of footage off of it.
Wow.
My friend, like I said, back home, who's pretty techie, he said it's something as simple as when you remove an SD card from any type of camera, drone, whatever, it's best to make sure you kind of ground yourself. He said, if you go skating across a carpet in your house or something and you have static electricity in your body, grabbing a hold of that can fry a card instantly. So think about how tiny they are.
Yeah, and what you need to do. Hang on, guys. I'm getting a call from my wife. I'll be right back.
Oh, his wife takes priority.
Oh, that's right.
What's up with that, Peter?
I don't. No, I can't understand that.
Yeah, it's unacceptable.
So that guy with the GoPro, he could watch the video on the GoPro, but he couldn't get it off the card.
Tried my Manic, his computer, my other computer, could not get it. It just said nothing is there. But
Did he try plugging the GoPro in with a card inside it into the computer? Because you can connect them with a USB cable.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's another way. Yeah.
I never thought about that way.
Yeah.
We just automatically figured, if it's not coming up.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. With mine, I usually just pull the card out and put it in the card reader and download it that way. I've never had any problems before.
I'll have to call him today and ask him that.
Yeah, could be worth a try.
Yeah. I still got him a video, it showed the events of him proposing and everything, but
yeah. That's right. My wife does take priority, Ron Lockwood. So, anyway.
Did she hear that?
No.
No,
I hadn't answered the phone yet, so you're safe.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, what I was getting ready to say is I got a package in the mail today.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
But don't let the label here fool you.
There's batteries.
Package came from Recovery One Drone. I believe it's his channel's name. Drone Shots. Good morning, Jody. And he sent me a package, and I wanted to do an opening on this live stream this morning. And I think now's probably as good a time as any, since you done went and upset me about your comment. And my wife taking priority.
Yeah. Well, Peter agreed with.
I did.
I'm gonna drag him under the bus with.
Yeah, why not?
It was Peter's fault, right?
If we can make it sound that way, yeah.
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Recovery Drone. It's Dre Crawford, I believe. Dre Crawford. He sent me some bubble stuff.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Give it to the
all
cat.
Right. Look at that.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Isn't that the way to wear it?
That's according to Adrian.
According to Adrian, it's the way to wear it.
You had to save like that, Rodney, for the next time that Adrian's on with you.
Yeah. He hasn't been on my channel in a while. I send him links, but I know he's
Yeah,
probably
that
busy.
100% participation.
Huh?
Yeah. Tell him that.
I think it was because the last time he came on, he was sort of semi-naked, and I think you kicked him off again. That was probably
That's right.
it.
That's right. So
We didn't see him back after that.
So there's the hat, and Dre is out in California, so he's not on the chats this morning. But I wanted to do this anyway, and I'll be sure to text him and let him know. And he also sent this. Get that out of the way. Get my knife. And I'm pretty sure I don't need the knife. Pretty sure I know what this might be. Oh, come on. Maybe I do need the knife.
Sharp objects.
Boxes are too complicated, man. Oh, nice. He sent me a mug.
Oh, wow.
My wife's going to go, oh, brother, another mug.
Another mug.
Man, that's nice, too. Now, if you haven't checked out his channel, you should. He sent some of his merch, a hat, the mug, I think maybe a shirt or two as well, to Kelly Shores to give away at Spin Up.
Oh, yeah.
So I like that hat.
Don't bend it. Leave it flat.
Yeah, I'm going to have to for when Adrian comes up. Of course, the redneck in me is, wanting to bend it.
Yeah.
But I will try. But anyway, Dre, if you're out there, buddy, thank you so much. And I'll text you here shortly and thanking you and letting you know that the package did arrive. It actually arrived a couple of days ago, but I've been holding off because I wanted to do a box opening, which is something you don't see very often anymore. I remember when I first started getting into YouTube, I mean, every day there was somebody opening a box from someone.
Mm-hmm.
So, but anyway.
So when Spin Up, that's coming up fairly soon, isn't it?
I'm sorry?
Spin Up is coming up fairly soon. I'll go.
Okay. Peter, you go first.
Okay. No, I was just making a comment that the Spin Up is coming up fairly soon.
November 6th, I believe.
Oh, November, is it? Okay.
Yeah. And I am going to be going to Oklahoma the weekend before that so I can spend some time with my mom. Originally, I was going to drive down with Brad Alston and Al Duran. I was going to drive with them to Spin Up, and we were planning to go from here to, from Richmond to Johnny Droneflyer's place and then to Spin Up. But then I got to thinking about it. I haven't seen my mom in about 3-4 years, and it's time that I go there. She's not getting any younger, and I needed to go see her, and this was the perfect time. So I'm going into Tulsa the weekend before, which is the 30th of October, and then I'll spend a few days there with my mom and then head down to Austin, Texas for Spin Up. But I am so looking forward to that.
Lloyd.
Huh?
How close were you? Lloyd's close. No, he's in Muskogee.
He's in Muskogee. He's going to be about 30 minutes from where I'm at, and I am definitely going to go see him. Because him and my cousin Charles Ray lives in Muskogee as well. In fact, Charles Ray and Judy, I think, went to school together at Will Rogers High School.
Mm.
So it'll be interesting if I can arrange to have them two meet up. So I need to let Lloyd know that I'm coming. But I'm definitely going to take some time and meet up with Lloyd. So
yeah. Well, he got all fired up last Monday on his live stream. He got on politics and Biden and this whole, oh my God, that's the worst I've ever seen him. He was fired up.
well, one of the reasons why I don't talk politics on Saturday morning coffee with Rodney and friends is because I would get fired up too. And right now, Uncle Joe is about as low on the totem pole as anybody will ever get. Anybody. I mean, anyway, enough said.
Yep.
Lost Girl, it's going to be great to meet you there at Spin Up.
Yeah, I wish I could get down there.
I wish you could too. I know you would enjoy it because there's a lot of people.
Yeah.
When I went in 2019, I met Mel, I met Bob Casey, I met Steve Carpenter, I met Drone Bum. Of course, I met Chris Hope about a month before that anyway. Just happened to be in Dallas, and me and Chris met up. But, I met Kelly Shores, I met Ken Heron, I met Clever Dark Elf, Linda, and there was Metro Drones. There were so many people that I met, Ron Brown, Mark Crawford. Remember Whizbang 99, Ken?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen him in a while.
I haven't seen him around either in the past couple of years, but I met him, and hey, good morning, Curtis Dart. And it was so much fun. I mean, it was just at lectures all day, but the fellowship on the breaks and stuff was fantastic. I met Jerry. I can't think of his name. He's that high school teacher that has that drone.
Okay. Calvoy or something? Is it Calvoy?
Huh?
Is it Calvoy or something like that?
I can't remember.
Yeah, no.
But he has that drone interest group.
Oh yeah.
He made these, and he was giving out to people that supported the group, and I was one of them. So he gave me one. And man, I tell you what, this thing is neat because I put some pads on it. I added the pads because it was real slippery, but I can put my phone on it, and it's perfect,
Okay.
So, and I use it quite a bit actually. But
it's Jerry Calvoy. Jerry Calvoy.
Calvary. That's it. Yeah. Jerry Calvary. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
It was hard for me, Rodney, in Florida. Thank God for whoever it was. Who was that, Brad, that come up with those name tags? So there were so many people that come up to me and, hey, Ron, how you doing? I'm like, hold on, let me look at your name tag.
Yeah.
These people, they come into the chat, but they never come up on the panels. And it's like, I had no clue who they were.
Yeah. Absolutely. Ken walked up when I went to that first spin up I went to. Ken Whizbang 99 came up to me because I went to the Friday evening dinner meetup, and he came up to me and go, hey, Rodney, how you doing? And I didn't even recognize him. I mean, he'd been on my live stream a couple of times, but I didn't recognize him at first. So you kind of got I kind of got embarrassed and stuff. Of course, I met Art Carlson. I picked him up at the airport and stuff. So, but anyway, if you ever get a chance to go, Ron, you ought to go. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a bad time of year for me. I'll probably never, if it's in November, I'll probably never get to go. I just got too many commitments.
Yeah. Well, you definitely got to have the time for it. And like the first one I went to, unfortunately, I didn't have the vacation time. So I took a couple of days off I worked longer hours leading up to it so I could have that Friday. And go Johnny, go FPV. Good morning. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. I hope you have a good morning too. I watched one of his videos this morning, I think. So, but it was a good time. I didn't get to do the after spin up thing, the spin down, I think is what they started calling it. I didn't get to do that time, but I'm definitely doing it this time.
I don't know if Colorado. God, I'm so tired of forgetting names. It does the tattoo artist in Colorado.
Oh, Sean, Sean Oz.
I wish I could have went to him. I mean, they're only like 5-6 hour drive from me. He had that last year. And I want to say that was in October, which is another bad month. Yeah, September, October, November. And that's the reason, Rodney, too, I had to work so hard last week to get that house packed, because I had to, I left there at 2:00 Sunday afternoon. I had to drive to Wyoming, take one more load over to my friend's house, leave Wyoming, come to Dickinson, which is my main base, and pick up a rental car. See, up here at work, if you have to do anything, work any location other than your main base, they used to pay you for mileage, but now they won't. They want you to get a rental car. And I'm like, free rental car, free gas. Hell yeah, I'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
So I picked a rental car and then drove to Bismarck for Monday and Tuesday's class. And it was midnight when I got to the hotel. But then Wednesday, I worked the helicopter, come back Thursday morning. Now I'm back on the fixed wing today. But anyhow, long story short, I'm leaving here Tuesday morning, going directly to Wyoming for 13 days of guiding. So I had to get that house done. I have, all these commitments. I got hunters coming in and I feel bad. I don't want to ever let Ralph down. You got these hunters that come and spend thousands of dollars to hunt. And when they say, I want to hunt with Ron, you got to be there.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt, brother. No doubt. And apparently you're doing well as a guide, because, you got people asking specifically for you. So
you do. I've made a lot. It's almost, but not quite the same as, the drone community, where I have met and made friends all over the nation. There's so many states I could go to right now. I'm like, hey, stay at my house, which would be cool. But I'm really hoping, I got to ask Ralph, my boss. I think this next week and a half or so is when Ted Nugent is coming.
Oh, okay. Does he ask for you?
No, but I want to meet him. He may ask for me afterwards.
Well,
I've never met him.
Talk your boss into letting you take him out. And see, then he'll probably ask for you.
Any celebrities that come there, usually the boss or his son-in-law are the ones that take him out.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah. But I'll have fun at the dinner table at night. Yeah. Get him. Get Ted Nugent fired up on the Democrats and.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Peter, you getting ready to ask?
I was just saying, I was just going to ask who Ted Nugent was. I've heard the name, but I just wasn't too sure who he was.
He was a famous rock and roll star, wasn't
he? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the few rock and roll stars that were completely clean and drug free.
Okay.
When I got that, matter of fact, Tony Tropic, hooked me up with his buddy down in Florida to get the shuttle. He'd guide us shuttle rides. He got me to ride to the airport. And Tony's friend used to be I don't know what you call him, like an organizer or whatever, but he used to coordinate and organize all these, all the big name bands in the 70s, 80s. He arranged for all their transportation and setup and everything, but he told me some stories of, rock and roll singers up on stage and the drugs before and after and during, and they even had drugs right up on the stage. They would do drugs right in the middle of a concert, but he knew about it, he just never said anything, but it was just amazing. But that's what he used to do in previous life, this guy. But anyhow, Ted, he's one of the few, and he says it every so often, that points it out that, I've been clean all my life. And, I respect him for that. But he's a big avid hunter, big gun rights, advocate. And
I saw the interview he did with who was that British guy that was
yep.
He used to be on help me out here, Ron.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of his name. Sorry, I can't help you, Rodney.
Yeah,
let you down.
But he's definitely anti-gun, and he was on. He was a judge on either. My memory's gone completely blank here. America's Got Talent, or I think it was America's Got Talent. It may have been a judge on that other one too, but hang on a minute, guys. He
left you and I in charge again, Peter.
Again, gee.
Quick, start talking about him again. He's going to say, I heard that. No, Peter, Ted's, he's a pretty good guy and very, very vocal. Will not hold back his opinion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, we got all these politics going on here in the States about, Democrats and Republicans. My boss in Wyoming, obviously, is a redneck cowboy state, and it's about 90% Republican. But, and this is the honest to God truth. In the center of the lodge is a big table, and he has this giant book. It's a big book, and it's probably this thick. And the title of the book is Reason to Vote Democrat. And when you open up the book, the pages are all blank.
Piers Morgan.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Piers Morgan, I was trying to think of. Thank you, Mudball.
Yeah. But where was I going with this? Shoot. See, I got the Rodney disease here. I'm forgetting.
Oh my God, it's contagious.
It is, even through YouTube. Yeah, but he's a good guy. I completely lost track of mind. I'm going to blame it on fatigue. So.
Well, that I can understand. Yeah.
Yeah. I only got a little over 5 hours sleep. We ran the tails off yesterday. Unfortunately, I'm losing my partner.
Oh no.
She's only been with me a year, and she took me aside yesterday and told me she's leaving. She goes, Ron, I can't do this anymore. She said she's been an ER nurse all her life, and this is her first job at working pre-hospital EMS, and she liked it at first. Unfortunately, she got started during the whole pandemic stuff where we were running 24/7 nonstop. And I kept telling her, I said, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Just hang in there with me. And it did. But now it's starting to pick back up again. And she just no more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't care. That's a tough job. I worked with a guy in Texas when I worked for Cornerstone Automation Systems that had been an ex-paramedic, and he quit being a paramedic because he said the one incident that did it for him was when him and his partner went to a scene of a crash, a family of 5 people, 2 adults and kids, and all of them were dead. And one of the kids had been decapitated, and he said that was it. He said he did what he had to do. And he said, when they got back to the station, he gave us 2 weeks notice and says, I can't do this anymore. And I can't say that I blame him. It's not an easy job. And I have a lot of respect for you guys
Oh, yeah.
And
You know, I'd say, Rodney, 90% of it, what I do is you see some sick people. I think I told you that story about a month ago, that the drunk lady that passed out in her chair that was a bad diabetic and peripheral neuropathy. And she woke up, she passed out drunk. Her blood alcohol was almost like 400. She says she told me a story. I woke up or passed out at 4 a.m. and I woke up at 8 a.m. and my foot really hurt. And she looked down, half her foot was gone, and her pit bull was sitting across the room staring at her.
oh my goodness.
How
Her
can
pit
you
bull
be
ate
that
his foot?
drunk? The dog ate her foot.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I thought, in 30 years of doing this, you've seen pretty close to a lot of stories, but there's always a new one that pops up.
Oh, I imagine.
Yeah. And it was, to me, in our weird little sense of humor, we're halfway to the hospital, and all of a sudden she bursts out crying. And I said, "What's the matter?" She goes, "The dog ate my foot." I'm like, "I know." But it doesn't faze me. Sometimes, and I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, certain things don't faze me anymore. Does that mean I'm cold and callous, or I don't know.
I don't know if I would call it cold and callous, but doing what you do, you have to develop, I think, a sense of you just got to do the job, and you can't let emotions be involved. I mean, doctors have to do the same thing.
Yeah.
They a doctor can't be a good doctor if they get personally involved.
Yeah.
And the same with EMS personnel. If you get involved, it's harder on. This is my belief. It would be for me, because I'd have a hard time not getting personally involved.
Yeah.
That's the kind of guy I am. But
today he had so many things going on. He had his esophagus cut out because all the drugs, and it destroyed his esophagus. He had his esophagus cut out. He's being fed by a peg tube, tube that they actually put right in your stomach.
Yeah.
He, all other things going on. And I'm sitting there thinking, they had found him laying in a ditch. He had been there for 3 days after some big party binge. And, the whole time in my mind, I'm like, I don't feel the ounce of sorrow for you at all. I took care of him. I gave him the best of my care, but I don't feel sorry for him at all. You brought this up.
I think in some cases I can understand that. I can understand that. People that bring stuff on themselves, they have only them to blame. But going back to the first time I ever went to the hospital for my heart, when I had the first stent put in 2001, my buddy that I worked with, he took me into the emergency room, and then he sat there with me while we was in. And the emergency was so crowded, they had me in a bed next to the nurse's station, and he was sitting there with me. And me and Steve were cracking jokes left and right, and we had the whole ER staff laughing because we were just sitting there cracking jokes about me being in the hospital. Of course, it didn't help that I had some morphine in me.
A little silly juice, yeah.
And so we were cracking up, and as serious as it should have been, it wasn't. I don't know what that says about me or Steve, but I didn't feel. I mean, I had a little pain, but that was it. And we actually had fun, but I was in the hospital for 8 days just for one little stint.
Yeah.
But
I had a guy, 4 or 5 months back, just the nicest guy you ever want to meet. And he just did nothing but compliment us and what we do. And he was having a pretty serious heart attack. And I can sit there and look at someone's 12 lead EKG and tell exactly where the damage is. And then on the way to the hospital, I'm noticing some changes because I'll redo an EKG every so often. And, but I remember this guy, I asked him, we were about 15 minutes out from the hospital, and I said, hey, buddy, I said, anything else I can do for you? And he looked with me, Rodney, with the most scared look in his face. He goes, Ron, I can feel things are getting worse. He said, I'm scared as hell, and I need you to make this go away. And I'll tell you what, that bothered me. That one bothered me because I said, you know, the poor guy, just, you know, nice family guy, and his wife and kids were at the hospital, you know, good dude. And it's just a shame you got good people that bad things happen to, and, you know.
Yeah. I imagine your job is like a roller coaster with lots of ups and downs. I get that. That's why I have such respect for first responders, whether they're what you do or whether they're police officers or whoever, firemen even. You know, Jay McCoy, he's a fireman. He's a paramedic too, isn't he? You know, I have nothing but respect for all these people that have to do that, and then especially during the pandemic, and the first responders, and not just the first responders, but the people that had to continue to work, the truck drivers, the hospital people, you know, the nurses, the doctors, the custodial staff of these hospitals. They have to keep working. You know, grocery stores. During the pandemic, these were important people, and they should be recognized. So,
funny story, Rodney. The point in my career when I realized that this is what I'm meant to do and meant to be here, and you know, I'd worked the East Coast all my life and career, and when I lost my job there, when they shut things down, and I moved to California, I was scared to death. And I'm like, oh my God, they're going to eat me alive out here in California. You know, I found medicine to be different, much more advanced. But I remember my second call. I was orienting as a third person. I oriented for a couple months. But we had a case one morning. We had a mother and a son. It was on the what they call the 8. I think it was the 8 or the 5. Yeah, the 8. Big 6-8 lane highway. And it was north or south, right around the San Diego area. And here they had been into an accident. The son was killed. It was a hydroplaning thing on wet roads, and the son was killed, but the mother was injured pretty good. And we took her to the hospital. And it was probably 4 or 5 hours later that afternoon, and we get dispatched almost to the identical location. And I said to my preceptor, I said, weren't we just there this morning? He goes, yeah, same off ramp. Here, what had happened was the father had, you know, when he learned the news of the accident, he went to the hospital, completely snapped, and went off on the mother and said, you killed our son, threatened to kill her. And then he took off. I guess security chased him out of the hospital. He got into his car, went through all these back roads, and then the cops started. It was almost like an O.J. Simpson chase, you know, where he's going through all these back roads, and he had like 20 cops behind him. And he purposely came down the on-ramp to the wrong direction. He was heading north on the southbound lanes. He went up purposely really slow, dodging traffic, dodging cars, and he waited till he got to the off-ramp of where his son was killed, and then he floored it, and they said he was doing well in excess of 100 miles an hour. He took out like 8 or 10 other cars, and it was unbelievable. But the point I was trying to make was I questioned myself, you know, did I make the right decision by picking up and going from one coast to another? Because I couldn't find work back home after I lost my job. And I remember we landed right on the highway. We were with like 3 or 4 other helicopters. And I got out of the helicopter and I just stood there and I looked up the road. And I'm like, holy crap. There was probably 10 mangled up cars. There was I bet you 25 police cars, highway patrol. One of them was on fire. The engine caught fire. And I just stood there. My preceptor looked at me and goes, "You okay?" And I said, "I'm fine." What I should have said to him is like, "Yeah, I am very good because now I know why I'm here. This is what I do." And I just stood there, stared at this gigantic mangled scene and said, "Yeah, this is why I do what I do." It's it's unfortunate for these things happen to people, but this is what I guess in a way, this is what God put me on this earth to do. This is what you do, man. You know, but I'll never forget that accident scene. That was the biggest accident scene I've ever seen.
And I was stationed in San Diego for a number of years, even back in the 70s. The traffic is horrendous and
terrible.
And when it rained and you were on the freeway, if you weren't paying attention, because as soon as that first drop hits, everybody slams on the brakes.
Yep.
I do not know why. I mean, I do now. I mean, I figured it out. It goes so long without rain there that when it starts to rain, the roads, and especially the interstates, get slick because,
they do.
All the oil and rubber and stuff that gets put down on it, it causes it to get slick. But don't slam on your brakes. That's how accidents start. Slow down by all means.
Yeah.
Just don't do it all of a sudden. And I was going down Interstate 5 I was going from my ship to Chula Vista, and I looked over at my radio, and I looked up, and traffic had completely stopped, just like that. Just was all moving, doing 55, and I glanced away for about 5 seconds, looked back up, and traffic, and I slammed on my brakes and managed to pull over to the shoulder just in time. Barely missed a car in front of me. Scared the living daylights out of me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, Rodney, it's 5 after 7. I better get going.
Oh man, yeah. It's 9:04 here. I forget you're not on my time, are you? Neither is Peter.
Yeah. We're moments of the world.
Yeah, it's probably time to stop. And by the way, Brad Austin says a real big thank you. Says thank you in capital letters for all you do, Ron.
Thank
we
you.
Appreciate you. And we do.
Your service and all the servicemen on here. And and that's another time, Rodney, too, that, when I'm on this job, every time I take care of any ex-military, current military, that's the first thing I do, man. I thank them for their service. So
cool.
But, yeah. Well, guys, I better skedoodle. Otherwise, I ain't going to have a job because they're going to fire me.
Then you'll be homeless and jobless. But don't worry, Uncle Biden will take care of you.
Sure.
All righty, guys.
Later, Ron.
Okay. Bye, Ron.
See you, Peter.
See ya.
See everybody in the chat.
Yeah. Hey, Peter, I guess I'm going to go ahead and call this one, brother.
Yep. It's 11:06 p.m. here. Good timing, I think.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you could join us today, bro.
Oh, thanks for having me on, and we'll see you again in maybe next week, maybe the week after. We'll see.
All righty.
Okay.
Okay, we'll talk to you later, bud. Take care.
Bye, Rodney. Bye, everyone in chat.
Yeah, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for being here. A couple of new guys were in here today. Go Johnny Go FPV and Mudball Creative. Thank you guys for joining us. TJ, Brad, Michael, Blade, Bayla, Curtis Dart. Thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget tomorrow morning, Sunday sunrise. It's a little different this weekend. Dennis Lovelady's going to be first, and then it'll be Drone Bum, then it'll be me, and then it'll be Dennis Lovelady again to take up the slack between myself and either Fly Natural and or Chris Hope. So be sure to join us for that. And y'all have a great weekend, and y'all take care. Love y'all. Bye now.